For 3 days in August of 1969, hundreds of thousands of hippies crowded in a field in upstate New York for nothing but peace, love, and music. That's right, I'm talking about Woodstock. No, not that Woodstock. Guys, can we get this fixed? Please? Please? Thank you. Where was I? Right. One of the most interesting sections of U.S. history, Woodstock was a protest of sorts against the violence of the Vietnam War. Over the course of 3 days, dozens of musical acts performed, including Janis Joplin, The Who, and of course, Jimi Hendrix. In this video, however, I hope to show the true impact of this famed celebration on the counterculture that it represented. According to the film Woodstock, 3 Days of Peace and Music, during Woodstock, many problems occurred. Far more people came than expected. It rained and stormed through one of the nights, causing mud and water everywhere. And because of the crowd, food and medical supplies ran out. Also because of the crowd, people were just generally overlapping each other's space. Through all this, however, people stayed completely peaceful with each other. This showed people that the hippie ideal of peace was in fact possible. Think about it. You and I can probably get into fights with our closest friends after being together for too long. But these people were living too close to total strangers for 3 days in peace. Before this magnificent event took place, however, someone had to set it up. You can't put together an event this big without money and sponsors, even if it ends up not returning all of the investment. Eventually, the creators of Woodstock made it a free event, but before that happened, one radio DJ named Bob Fass commented that, "This festival's a ripoff. These promoters don't care about the people. They just want to make a buck. The music is for the people. It should be free." Michael Lang, one of the brains behind Woodstock, wrote about this in his book with buddy George Warren, The Road to Woodstock. His reaction was to call the station and ask, among other things, how would you pay for stages, and doctors, and bands, and water, and toilets, and food, and power, and the million other things it's taking to make this happen. The value of this piece came from the fact that it's made up of eyewitness accounts from everything from the setup process to after the festival. The limitation, however, is that these accounts come from just one person. In Woodstock, an inside look at the movie that shook up the world and defined a generation, a book that talks about the movie Woodstock, Ellen Orson says that after the film won an Oscar, the next wave brought such films as Midnight Cowboy, Joe, Butch Cassidy, MASH, and Little Big Man. Then TV gave us The Brady Bunch, The Partridge Family, and Mod Squad. And America ate it up. Everyone wanted to be regarded as hip, like the beautiful hip people they had seen in Woodstock. Bankers and stockbrokers began to wear bell-bottoms and wear their hair long in search for inner meaning. The value in this piece is that it shows the full reach of the counterculture. Could you see people on Wall Street today wearing skinny jeans and tank tops just so they could be regarded as swag? No, because that's considered a look just for teenagers or college kids, and people look at it as inappropriate otherwise. But Woodstock in the aftermath made the hippie look so popular that it started to blend into everyday life, even for those who didn't think of themselves as hippies, but just wanted to be cool, or in this case, hip. The limitation in this piece, however, is that the piece doesn't show direct evidence or pictures of the images that it describes. In conclusion, I would concur that Woodstock was only a successful impact to some extent. Yes, it brought attention to the hippie ideal and counterculture that it represented, and many people became a part of that culture. But on the other side, it turned it into sort of a commercial thing, without any of its original meaning, where many people just wanted to be a part of the fad. In other words, Woodstock was, sadly, preaching to the converted for the most part, which, so sad, is not necessarily a bad thing. It still made the statement of, we exist and we have a voice. As for the legacy of Woodstock, I ask you to take this as an example. If you don't agree with something, speak out against it. Your voice is one of your most powerful assets, and you should use it no matter what anyone thinks. Thank you guys for listening.